Good day, everyone, and I am your instructor for the laboratory portion of the clinical bacteriology. I am Sir Joseph Kasinsinan, and I will be recording the course orientation for our laboratory session for the clinical bacteriology. Okay, let's start with the class code. So for our course, the course code for clinical bacteriology would be BACT 211. And as we all know, the prerequisite for this subject is anatomy and physiology, and also your biochemistry. And the credit units for this course would be 5 units. And then for our laboratory session, this would be 6 hours per week, divided into two 3 hour session. So for our subject, no, or our laboratory schedule for this semester, so this would happen on Mondays and Tuesdays, session 1 and 2. Okay, I will be skipping to the part where alpha vision and mission and alpha core values will be discussed. So as we already tackled this one, so no updates naman po for the vision and mission. For the alpha core values naman po, so the update would be the rise na. Okay? Now, for this portion, the CMLS vision and mission, I'll discuss it because there are certain updates pertaining to the vision and mission of our college. So, specifically for the 2026 update. So, you can memorize this one because this is new. So, for the new vision of the college, so this will follow po. Okay? So, a globally engaged center of excellence in medical laboratory science education, developing competent, ethical, and compassionate professionals, imbued with a strong commitment to community service, research, innovation, and internalization by 2050. So ano po yung na-update po sa vision natin? So na-add na po yung term na Center of Excellence because our college is now a PACCOA Level 3, a Center of Excellence uh, in terms of education in MLS. And then also added in the new vision would be the community service. These are the vision of our college to engage students to community service, to research, innovation, and also internalization. So targeting no up until the 2050. Now for the new mission of the college naman po, so ito po yung nakalagay. So the College of Medical Laboratory Science is committed to provide top-notch outcomes-based education to rigorous academic programs, competent educators, state-of-the-art facilities, innovative research, international collaborations, and meaningful community engagement that culminates globally competitive, compassionate, and ethical medical laboratory science professionals. So ang nadagdag din po dito would be the innovative research, the research po. So in line with the vision. So the collaboration internationally. So as we all know, the college po is tying up with other other medical laboratory science schools internationally. So meron po tayong mga exchange programs for the students no, to participate with. And then also again the community engagement. So kaya minsan or kadalasan nababalitaan niyo po, some third year and fourth year students are encouraged or are invited no to join the some of our community outreach programs of the college po. So to engage them no to the community po. Okay? So that's the updates for the vision and mission of the college. Okay, let's now proceed to the course content and the list of activities in the laboratory portion of the clinical bacteriology. Okay, based on the CLP for this subject, so the course description and outcomes are as follows. So the course enables students to perform routine and special bacteriologic techniques important in diagnosing and preventing disease now with strict adherence to principles of safety and quality assurance. Now these are the outcomes now for this subject. So at the end of our sessions, now or at the end of the uh, sessions in the laboratory for this subject. So kailangan, no, you need to have the ability na po to describe how to classify, name, and identify organisms, no? In the laboratory setting also, you need to know, no, discuss din po natin what are the interactions between the host and microorganism, including colonization, infection, normal flora, pathogens, and also nosocomial infections. So you need to also have the ability to identify key criteria. So that will be enhanced in the lab in the hands-on practice in the laboratory, no? To characterize and report bacterial culture growth pertaining to phenotypic results. Now also, no, you need to also have the ability to identify a clinical isolate based on the results from standard laboratory diagnostic procedures. That will be enhanced nga po. Learned and enhanced, no, in the laboratory. And also, you need to have the ability to describe the differential characteristics of the different bacteria important in the causation of the disease or the pathogenesis of the disease. Okay? Okay, this portion of the orientation naman po discusses the plot of activities now all throughout from prelim up until the finals term. Okay? So I will also give you a separate copy of this one. So a PDF format of this schedule, no, para madali pong tignan, no, on your end. Now, as you can see, class, no, so we don't have class, no, nung August 17 and 18. We will adjust this one. So probably the exercise one, no, will be adjusted in to August 24. Or I can also give you assignment for this one, okay? Pero definitely we'll discuss the microlab safety and basic laboratory instruments in the microbiology on the next meeting on August 24. Okay? So as you can see here, I have already plotted, no, the dates, the sessions, and also kung ano activity po yung nakapaloob. Okay? Now, on August 24, we can, if we can, no, so pagsasabay na po natin exercise 1 and exercise 2. That would be the discussion about the microlab safety and the basic instruments in the use in the microbiology laboratory. Also, we will have exercise 2 pertaining to microscopy and micrometry and specimen management. So kung hindi natin madidiscuss yung specimen management, I will move it to the session 2 in August 25. Okay? So, please disregard the lab quiz 1 scheduled on August 24. So, since definitely hindi pa siya matitake since i-discuss pa lang natin siya on August 24. Now, on August 25, we will do kung dito po tayo natapos, the discussion of specimen management will happen on August 25. And we will proceed to the discussion of the pre-lab discussion for the bacterial smear preparation, the principles of staining, and also some of the notes pertaining to microscopic examination of infected materials. Now, August 31 is holiday, so mawawalan po tayo ng session 1 on week 3. Then we'll proceed to the session 2 on September 1. So, session 2 po, pagsabay na po natin yung lab quiz 1 and 2 on session 2. I mean in September 1. And then we'll do the output for the exercise 3, kaya po siya exercise 3B. And then we'll do also the exercise 4, no, pertaining to gram staining. So yung exercise 3 will pertain to bacterial smear preparation, simple staining, and then pagsabay na po natin siya on the gram staining of isolate and direct specimen. Okay? Then on week 4, September 7 and 8, these are the activities. So we'll be having the lab quiz 3, and then we'll do the exercise 6, part 1, pertaining to media preparation. Okay? So, inuna ko po yung 6 kasi po, we need the prepared media, no, that we will be using po on week 5. So, para magawa na po natin yung mga media na gagamitin natin for week 5. Okay? And also on the activity of the session 2 in week 4. Then and then week 4, September 8, session 2, we'll do the exercise 5 pertaining to sputum smear microscopy. And isasabay na po natin yung exercise 7 doon, which is capsule staining using his method. Then on week 5, September 14 and 15, these are the activities. We'll do the lab quiz 4 and 5. And then we'll do the exercise 6B, the part 2, that pertains to inoculation techniques and colonial morphology reporting. Okay, the 6B. And then we'll do the exercise 8A and 9A na po. That's the part 1 of the exercise 8 and 9 pertaining to the identification of Staphylococcus and Streptococcus and Enterococcus uh, family of bacteria. Okay? And then the part of those exercises will happen on September 15. And but before that, we'll do the lab quiz 6 in September 15. Okay? So that's the activities on the prelim. And then the schedule for the prelim moving exam will happen uh, on September 21. Okay? And then sabay na po natin yung lab quiz 7 and 8 on that day. Okay? Now, 22 and 28 naman, the week 6 po, will be allotted for the prelim major exam. In total, we have 5 weeks lab session po. Okay? Nilagay ko lang po dito yung schedule ng prelim major exam, pero definitely, that's lecture po. Um, uh, that would be the part no of Sir Dino po. That would be the lecture teacher po natin. Okay? So that would be the activities in your prelim term. Okay, let's now proceed to the plot of activities for the midterm. Now, starting with the week 7. So, yung naka-blue po dito na highlight for September 28, ibig sabihin po, kasama pa po siya doon sa may schedule for prelim. So, na-cover po yung session naman natin sa week 7 for the exam day. So, we'll proceed to the session 2 for week 7, September 29. We'll do the releasing of your practical exam score, stamp release for laboratory, and consultation. Okay? Now, for week 8 naman po, we'll do another media prep, no, that we will be using naman on the succeeding exercises po. Okay? The exercise 10 up until the 14. So, gagawa po ulit tayo ng media, and then I'll do discussion for the exercise 10, no, on October 5. So, I'll discuss the biochemical identification of gram-negative bacteria. Okay? And some discussions pertaining to biochemical analysis. Okay? And then on October 6 naman, we'll do the exercise 10. So we'll do the simple identification of certain uh, biochemical techniques and also biochemical media now used for identification of your gram-negative bacteria. Okay? Now, week 9 naman po, October 12 and 13, we'll do the part 1 and 2 of exercise 11 and 12 pertaining to urine culture and stool culture. Okay? And then the outputs will be done on October 13. Okay? Then we'll do the lab quiz 9 on October 13. And then week 10 naman po will be allotted for the exercise 13 pertaining to Enterobacteriaceae identification. So we will apply na the uh, yung mga natutunan po natin no on the discussion of exercise 10, 11, and 12 on Enterobacteriaceae identification. Okay? Then October 20, we will be having lab quiz 10 and 11. Okay? And then sasabay na rin po natin doon yung sa exercise 14 din po pala. Okay? So, kasama na dun yung identification of your non-fermenting gram-negative bacteria. So, we'll just do the identification of Pseudomonas. Okay? And then, for week 11 po, October 26, that would be allotted for the taking of lab quiz 12 and 13. And then, October 27 is the schedule for our midterm moving exam. Okay? And then week 12 po, October 30 to November 2, that will be allotted for the academic health break. Then November 3 to 9 definitely would be the schedule for the midterm major exam. Okay? So in total, we have 4 weeks lab, 8 sessions, then covering exercise 10 to 14. Okay, lastly, these are the plot of activities for the final term. So again, the first Monday session of the week 13, which is November 9, is allotted pa rin, no, for the major exam for midterm. So, ganun ulit, November 10, we'll proceed to the exam score release, stamp release, and consultation. Now, week 14, November 16, and 17, these are the activities. We'll do media prep again, no, for the culture media that we'll be using for the antimicrobial susceptibility test. Exercise 15A, the part 1, uh, of Capnophilic culture candle jar technique. We will do that on November 16. Then the output would be on November 17. Week 15 naman po, November 23, we'll do the lab quiz 14. Then we'll do the exercise 16 and the part 1 of exercise 17, which is the AST using the Kirby-Bauer method. Okay? And then the output for the exercise 17, part 2 will happen on November 24. Now, week 17 naman po, November 30 and December 1, we'll do the lab quiz 15 and the part 1 of exercise 18, which is water micro. So we'll do the water testing using the MPN method, 3-tube method. Okay? Then the output of that exercise will happen on December 1. Now, December 7 will be allotted for the taking of lab quiz 16. And then we'll do the final lab exam on December 8. Then definitely week 18, December 14 to 19 will be allotted for the final major exam. In total, in the final term, we have 5 weeks lab, 8 session meeting. Now, same goes with the lecture po. So, our reference textbooks naman for the laboratory. So, yung mga practices natin, dun din naman po nanggagaling on our textbooks. Si Mayhon po and si Till or the Baileys and Scots. Some techniques also are nakuha ko rin po on the review handbook of Maria Teresa T. Rodriguez. Okay? Let us now shortly go with the course policies and requirements, specifically for the laboratory. The same non-negotiables pa rin naman po. So, you always read, no? Kung kaya pong mag-read in advance, no? Para mas mabilis po tayo in the laboratory, you can do so. So, readings are provided and students are expected naman po to have studied the readings and be prepared to participate actively. So, any students who cheats pa rin naman po or plagiarize on any coursework will receive a grade of 0 on the work in question. So, late submissions will receive a grade of 80% or higher po. Okay? Or receive a grade of 80%, no? Pagka late na po. Okay? So, no recordings din po tayo. So, there are certain parts of in the laboratory na magde-demo po tayo. So, kung upon my discretion po, so kung gusto niyo po mag-record and pwede naman, you can do so. Pero, palagi po tayo magpapaalam muna before doing so. Okay? Okay, definitely for the class modality po natin for laboratory, so face-to-face po tayo fully. So kung may announcement tayo na mag-online, so yung mga guide questions and assignments po will be provided for the online. But definitely for the practice po, we will adjust na lang. Okay? Now, for the policies for attendance po, so we'll just follow the SHED's Manual of Regulation for Private Educational Institutions for the attendance requirements. Again, for the laboratory po, I'll advise po na medyo iwasan po natin ha, umabsent ng umabsent because most of our activities are only allotted on that day and outputs are also assessed on that day also. So if you happen to miss activities, no, hindi na po definitely kung ano po kapag masyadong tedious yung activity natin and on hand po or hands-on, I mean po natin ginagawa siya, hindi po kayo mapapayagan na iulitin yung activities for ano kasi the materials and also the assessments are allotted lang po on that day. But definitely, if you miss laboratory quizzes, you can approach me po. But definitely, may limit lang po kung ilan yung pwede nyong ulitin, no, na laboratory quiz per term. So again, to reiterate, based on the student's handbook, these are just the excused absences. Na definitely that this will be my basis mo po for allowing you or assessing you kung I will allow you to take laboratory quizzes po. But definitely please refrain po no from having habitual absenteeism. So may limit lang po tayo ng laboratory quiz na pwedeng ulitin per term. Now this slide will tell you po how many lang po. So only 2 special quizzes lang po will be given to students for the entire semester. So the student must inform the class representative, although you can just inform me directly na lang. So wala na po tayong class representative. So and then I will request no necessary documents mo for you to be considered as excused. Okay? Excuse, and then that's my basis po to uh allow or not allow you to take the said laboratory quiz. Okay? The student will be given a 0 score if the absence is unexcused and did not attend the scheduled special quiz. So, most definitely, kung napayagan po kayo na mag-take ng laboratory quiz, I will give you schedule, and then that's the final schedule po for you to take the quiz. So, kapag hindi na po na-take on that given adjusted schedule po, definitely I will put a 0 mark no, on your grade sheet for that said laboratory quiz. Okay, for this portion po, ito po yung mga hihingin ko usually na document. So, excuse letter with a valid ID from your parents or guardian. Ay proof, kahit yung second po, kahit hindi na. So, yung proof na lang po na officially, no, na nag-absent po kayo, no, definitely medical certificate, no, or any letter, no, na proof po na valid po yung reason niyo for your absence, okay? And then, kahit hindi na po i-send sa email, so you can just give it to me. Kung hindi kayang ibigay agad, so puwede naman po in advance i-email din po. Attached here is my email po, okay? Then the subject of the email would be this one, okay? You just put it absent and then date nung absent nyo kayo, then subject, section, and the title of Miss Quiz, activity, or exam. Okay? Okay, another assessment policies naman po for major exam. Tandaan niyo po, for major exams, yung mga practical exams natin, they're only given during the scheduled examination period, specifically or especially if the exam is a moving exam. Okay? Pero kung talagang valid yung reason po ninyo na umabsent nung exam day, okay? So, based on my assessment pa rin, I can give you special major exam. Okay? But that's on case-to-case basis po, okay? So, para rin po maiwasan natin yung mga case wherein yung mga students 'no, intentionally uma-absent for the major exam and then humihingi ng special, reconsideration po, mainly because hindi sila nakapag-review ng maigi. So, nangyari na po sa akin 'yan 'no, on my previous, handling of the subject, okay? So, para maiwasan po yung gano'ng, invalid reason po, so tandaan niyo po, major exams are given only during the scheduled examination period at maliit lang yung chance depende po sa reason po ninyo na mapapayagan po kayo ma-take po siya on a special date po. Okay? And then wala po tayong removal exam. So removal exam is not allowed by the college. Okay, for the assessment policies again, for our laboratory quizzes naman po. So, I will not be asking you to provide lab quiz notebook na. Okay? So, um, definitely, no, you can just provide a yellow paper or a paper po, no, doon na lang po tayo magsasagot, okay? So just always bring one whole sheet of paper, no, para kung kailangan nating sa crosswise or other sizes, we can do so, okay? And then if the quizzes, sometimes, no, I will provide questionnaires then, or most of the time I will provide questionnaires. So, ako na magpo-provide nun. Kung yung questionnaire po, it needs an specific or special answer sheet, I will also provide that answer sheet na. Okay? So, ganun pa rin naman for assessment policies natin. Pag mag-quiz, you always read and listen to the instructions carefully. So, kahit na nakasulat siya sa questionnaire po, dinidictate ko pa rin siya. Okay? General instructions, strictly no erasure po tayo for our quizzes. Wrong spelling is wrong or incomplete answer is wrong. Strictly use permanent pens only. Okay? So, I am discouraging you to use no erasable pens or pencils po for initial writing of your answer. So answers should always be final and written using permanent pens. Siyempre, definitely, kapag may mga assessments po tayo, no cell phones, tablets, smartwatches, and reviewers during assessments. Okay? And alam ko nag-announce din ang university president about the smartwatches. Okay? Then no extra paper po tayo palagi. And do not write on questionnaires if provided. Okay, let's now proceed to the grading system. So wala pa rin po namang pinagkaiba for the grading system. For the laboratory part, 40% would be coming on your laboratory. Okay? So ganun pa rin, 20% are given to each of the major practical exams for the laboratory, and in total your performance tasks entailing activities and quizzes would be 40%. Okay? So important pa rin po ang lab hack kahit 40% po siya. Okay, for the stamp grades and consultation, so as you can see previously on the given plot of activities, I have allotted portions no for grades consultation. Okay, so I think you can just wait. I will just be giving digital copies of the stamp. So para po hindi nahiwala yung actual paper for the lecture and laboratory po na stamp. So for our laboratory po kahit digital ano na lang po tayo, your e-stamp or digital stamp na lang po. I will give you the link po no once we uh, do a face-to-face class next week. So for the digital stamp. And then for the grades consultation, definitely I will show you the raw scores no on my grade sheet no for your laboratory before passing it no to the main grade sheet po of Sir Dino po. Okay, para ma-consolidate po yung dalawang scores nyo for lecture and lab. Okay, for this part, this will be the laboratory requirements po. Per group naman po ito, pero I will not be assigning muna groups this week, no? Or maybe we can assign it pala on the lecture part this week. So, kung magkakaroon na tayo ng face-to-face class. Kung hindi pa rin, I will group you accordingly using the Canvas grouping na lang kung hindi talaga kayang i-face-to-face. But please take note muna, these are the materials no, that you will need to accomplish 'no, kung kaya ng ma-accomplish next week, kapag nakapag-assign na tayo ng grouping this Saturday. So, kung kaya na i-accomplish next week, pwede naman, okay. So, dapat po lagi po itong nare-replenish per group. So, please provide a lab kit where you can place all your materials. What are the materials needed na palaging meron dapat sa kit? Firstly, you need to have always glass slides and cover slip. You can have it individually na lang para hindi talaga nagkakaroon ng problema in terms of replenishment of this material. Please also provide a tissue brush, no, dalawang tissue brush, dishwashing sponge, liquid dish soap, hand soap, disinfectants, specifically Zonrox or bleach, sorry. So bleach, pang-prepare po natin every session ng 10% hypochlorite solution, tissue or paper towel, yellow plastic bag for infectious waste, large plastic cover per table, and this would be used to cover or to provide additional covering no sa table po. So it must be wide, okay? And then also basahan or rags, sticker labels definitely, scissors and tapes. Okay? Now, for the individual laboratory requirements naman po, syempre you need to have a PPE comprising of a long sleeve laboratory gown, gloves, no, you could probably save if you would buy a full box na lang. So, gloves po dapat, ano po yun snug fit po siya. So, dapat alam nyo po yung size na kasya po sa kamay po ninyo. Hindi pwedeng maluwag masyado, hindi rin pwedeng sobrang sikip. Okay? Type of gloves po, you can use definitely knit gloves and also yung latex gloves. But definitely don't use the food grade gloves. Okay? Kasi mahina yung grip niya. And then face mask, so bring extra kasi some of our activities needs a double face mask para mas protected kayo. Hair cap also, so please use disposable hair nets. Mas preferred ko po kapag disposable po. Okay, yung hair cap. para din po matatapon siya per session. So, also kung meron kayong eye protection or goggles, yes, you can definitely add it to your personal protective equipment. Okay? Yun po yan. Kung meron pa kayong extra budget to buy disposable lab gowns, no, para pang-tapal po or pang double protect on your washable lab gowns, pwede naman po. Okay? Okay, to reiterate, dates to remember, your prelim practical exam is September 21, midterm practical exam is on October 27, and your final lab exam would be December 8. Okay? Academic health break is October 30 to November 2. So we are on the last portion of our orientation. Again, this for contact and consultation, this is my email, and this provided here is the room, no, that you can see me. So I am available naman po Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday is my off day, so you cannot see me on the school on Wednesdays, but definitely uh Thursday, Friday, and Saturday po, nasa school po ako. Sunday din po, wala rin po tayong pasok niyan. Okay? Okay, that's all for the orientation for the laboratory part of your of our course, no, which is your bacteriology 211. Thank you everyone for listening.